So the question you are asking is, if you flip a coin 6 times, how many of the possible outcomes could you include a tail on the second toss? So first of all, let's look at the scenario where we flip a coin 6 times. So we can flip the coin once and we get heads or tails. That's our first flip. And there are 2 outcomes for the first flip. In our second flip, we're going to get heads or tails again. And we notice that in the second, we're going to get 4 outcomes. Oops, 4 outcomes. I'm going to put outcomes in brackets, it's easier to see. In the next one, the third one, we realize that we are going to have messy tree diagram, and oops, we realize that we have 8 outcomes. I'm not going to fill it in, but we can continue with the pattern and notice that we're going multiplying by 2 every single time. So in the fourth one, we're going to have how many outcomes? 16. In the fifth one, we're going to have 32, and in the sixth one, we're going to have 64. And that's why I'm not sitting here drawing all 64. It's going to take forever. I could copy paste, but anyway, let's just keep going. So the question's asking for a tail. I'm going to pick, pink this time. Let's do this. A tail in the second toss. What does that mean? This is the second toss and we want tail. So that and that. What it's asking for is, so the first outcome when we go through, let's say we go through this one, all the way to the end, we're going to get an outcome of heads, tail, heads, 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 heads. There's 6 flips, okay? So that's one outcome. Out of the 64 outcome, which of them contains a tail in the second toss? So when we look at that second toss, we notice that there's these and these. So for this, we know that this branch here, this groups of outcomes here, is going to be a quarter. Let's see, there's 4 here, so I'm taking a quarter of the solutions. And then I'm going to take these guys as well, so that's another quarter. So in other words, I'm going to have this section and this section, not this section and not this section. So that's a half of all my outcomes. So that's 64 divided by 2, which is 32.